following Mazda for a long time. In the 1960s, Mazda put an all-out effort for 6.5 years to develop the rotary engine. We believe the Motorsports was the best field to prove the engine's excellence and decided to begin racing with the two Motorsports. That was the beginning of our motorsports history in 1968. Since then, our relentless challenges for the rotary engine development and our racing activities has become our core DNA of the never stop challenging philosophy and led us to the great victory at the Le Mans 24 hours race in 1991. And this spirit is deeply rooted in our company. We love motorsports because it is the foundation of Hashiru Yorokobi. That is driving celebration and fun to drive. I have personally had the pleasure of competing in our MX-5 party race program in Japan, along with my senior executive colleagues. Mazda USA has invested in motorsports even after Mazda Motor Corporation ceased in the mid-90s. Because of the continued effort and dedication, we see many amateur race car drivers. They enjoy weekends at the track powered by Mazda. I am delighted to see the huge Mazda racing fans gathering at the racetrack. I believe top category racing is important and critical, but prosperity of the grassroots racing is also very important. So that is why Mazda continues to support. To introduce our next endeavor, I would like to welcome John Doonan, Director of Mazda Motorsports. John.
Thank you very much, Moro-san. I too would like to add my welcome to all of you again. Thank you so much for joining us. As Moro-san pointed out, we're extremely proud of our international racing successes. We're also really proud of our success here in North America, especially in the IMSA championships over the years. The story of Mazda racing began with the white and blue RX-2 just behind you. That car represents our very first professional win here in the United States in 1973 at Lime Rock Park in Connecticut. Mazdas have been winning ever since in IMSA and many other championships here in the States. Not only with factory-based programs and factory-supported programs, but with customer teams. And those customer teams have always embodied Mazda's never stop challenging philosophy. The Mazda RX-7 brought us our first victory in the Rolex 24 in 1979. The IMSA GTU car that's here with us today was built for the 1981 championship and ultimately achieved 5 championships with 3 different drivers, including Tommy Kendall. It is the single most successful chassis of any make in IMSA's 50th anniversary year, which is this year. So 50 years, most winning car. Of course, we can't forget the MX-5 Miata, a favorite amongst enthusiasts and race drivers alike. To date, we've sold over 3,000 kits for spec Miatas here in the US. And as of yesterday, we've sold over 208 exactly, Global MX-5 Cup cars since that car began racing on track in 2016. Our battery tender Global MX-5 Cup, presented by BF Goodrich, is some of the most competitive racing in North America, if not the world. These race-pressed MX-5 Miatas provide our customer racers the opportunity to push the limits and realize their true potential. From the RX-2 to the RX-7, to the generations of that car, the GLC, the 626, and the MX-5 Miata, our customers have let us know that they always enjoy racing the products designed and engineered by all the people here at Mazda. Now, to take the next step in our motorsports journey, we look to the all-new Mazda 3. Its widespread appeal has provided us with the opportunity to build a new race car for the ever-expanding global TCR category. I'm proud to announce that Mazda Motorsports will bring the Mazda 3 TCR to next year's IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge and offer customer cars for dozens of championships starting in 2020 around the world. We're thrilled to show you that car tonight. Moro-san, Ken? Ladies and gentlemen, the Mazda 3 TCR.
Wow. So sick.
How about that?
Nice.
We've said before, to make a great race car, you need to start with a great road car. And our engineers and designers in Japan and here in North America have once again hit the ball out of the park. The global TCR regulations require the use of a 4-door or a 5-door hatchback or sedan for the turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. We've brought along our longtime partner, Long Road Racing, who has been responsible for our Global MX-5 Cup cars, to be our engineering partner once again on this project, being responsible for the development, the design, construction, and the sale of our Mazda 3 TCR race cars. Starting back in 2012, Mazda Motorsports and our Mazda design colleagues, both in Irvine here and in Hiroshima, Japan, have collaborated on several race and championship winning race cars. Our initial project was the 2013 Sky Active Diesel Mazda 6, which competed in the Grand American Road Racing Championship, securing the GX category manufacturer's title, as well as 9 race wins. Most recently, in 2017, we co-created the now 3-time IMSA race-winning Mazda RT24P, which competes in the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. As you can see, our design team here in California and Japan has once again created a masterpiece. We believe it might be the best-looking TCR car in the world. Thank you, Marcelo. I'd now like to give the floor to my good friend and colleague, Ken Sayward. Ken is the Director of Automotive Design here at Mazda North American Operations. We've spent a lot of time together in the last many months.
Absolutely.
But Ken's going to talk us through what it took to make the Mazda 3 road car into the Mazda 3 TCR race car. Ken?
Thank you, John. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm glad you could join us, and I'm really excited to have everybody here to see the car for the first time. As you can see around you, Mazda has a rich history in motorsports, and I'm proud that Mazda Design Americas has played a significant role in that history over the years. And the Mazda TCR here today marks the next chapter in that motorsports story. You guys know the essence of Mazda's code of design philosophy has always been about the car simply isn't a piece of metal, a massive metal. It's more like a living creature. And the mantra Mazda design for our new generation of products is the car is art. And we're always striving to elevate our designs to the level of art, and I think the Mazda3 TCR was no exception. With the TCR program, we set out with a very clear design direction, and that was to stay true to the beauty of the production car, yet meet the technical requirements of the TCR series. Design development started here back in Irvine in February, with a strong collaboration between the Mazda Design Group, Long Road Racing in North Carolina, and LDC Aero in Indianapolis. After studying the TCR rulebook to get a clear understanding of the design guidelines, design development began in earnest in February. We started with a theme that had placed a strong emphasis on maintaining the unique style and beauty of the production Mazda 3. From initial sketch phase, we went into the digital design development phase. We even included developing 3D quarter-scale models for us to really understand the surface treatment. For us, as you guys know, Mazda's design philosophy, the heart of it is this handcrafted beauty. And that doesn't go just for our production cars, but for our race cars as well. During the digital development process, we held weekly meetings with LDC Aero and Long Road Racing, continuously sharing our design updates back and forth to support the development throughout the process. This collaborative development with Long Road and with LDC lasted about 5 months. The front and rear rocker design the original rocker design and hood bed shape, the initial Mazda design theme, were found to be very sound aerodynamic concepts from the get-go. So when we first developed with LDC Aero to kind of understand where the car needed to go and how we needed to adjust it, we had a sketch that actually was very close to what they felt was a very good concept. Much of the latest CFD development focused on reducing the frontal area. And that was a big battle we had, reducing drag by modifying the front and rear fender profile. This image highlights the body panels that are unique to the TCR. As you can see, we carry over the roof, the doors, the hood, and the side glass, as well as the rear hatch. And the only unique parts are the rear fender, the rear fascia, the side rocker, and the front fender and fascia. Now the rear door is stock, but we added actually a body kit onto that as well. Ultimately, like I said, our goal was to design a low drag, high downforce car while creating an iconic design that stayed true to Mazda's design mantra as the car is art. The next set of images highlight the key differences between the production Mazda 3 and the TCR car. The TCR car sits 50 millimeters lower than the production. And it rides on 18 by 10 inch Volt racing wheels. The TCR is also wider than the production car by about 140 millimeters. Most of that width is taken up in the wheel flares, the front fender and rear fender, as well as the rear fascia and front fascia. In the rear of the car, we really wanted to square off the shape from an aerodynamic standpoint, but also give it kind of a tough stance to it in rear view, and also help clean the airflow up off the back of the car. In the front fascia, as much as it looks similar to the production car, it's completely unique. Again, we wanted to capture the feel of the production car as much as possible, but getting the size of the car right and capturing the right aerodynamic tendencies for the design. The front splitter on the car is the one part, that and the rear wing, that are spec parts with TCR. So we had a design around that. You know, they said the goal was to get the front of the car to be instantly identifiable as the Mazda 3. As I mentioned earlier, the big emphasis in the design was the cleaning up the airflow behind it. This was an area of debate we had with the Aero team throughout the course of 5 months to make sure we got the car to look good. Obviously, from a design standpoint, we wanted it to look good, but it also had to be clean from an aerodynamic standpoint and not create a lot of high pressure under the rear wheels and front wheels. So we had to open up the rear fenders to exhaust air out the back. Much of the early work was determining to set the wing height, and that was what we did looking at this in plant view. It was the first stage of the CFD development, was to understand exactly where the wing needs to be located from a length standpoint and a height standpoint. And again, as I mentioned about the front splitter, the rear wing is a spec TCR part, so all the cars will be running with the same wing. The aero characteristics of the production car we found were very sound. We realized the roof shape has a nice taper to it, it's got a beautiful plan view, and so from a production standpoint, we had a really good sound base to work with. You can see the overall shape of the car is very dynamic, We wanted to get a good character to it, a real strong stance. But again, we worked very closely with the aero team in Indianapolis to make sure it was a clean aerodynamic shape, minimal drag, as much downforce as we could get. I've been with Mazda over 25 years, and I've been involved in the design of many of our iconic vehicles. But for me, the opportunity to work on the TCR program really was a dream project. Not just as a designer who's been inspired by race cars his whole life, as John can tell you, but as a racer as well. For me to design a race car that you can get on the track and drive hard, see it from 50 feet away at 150 miles an hour, to me is a dream from a designer's perspective. But honestly, as with any Mazda vehicle, it takes more than one person to make it real. So today, I really want to recognize the dedicated team here at NDA that helped put this car together and were instrumental in the TCR design and development. First, we have the digital team led by Tim Brown and Nico Russo, who spent probably 200 hours developing the design and digital data. Without their tireless efforts, I don't think we would have a car as beautiful as we have today. Lead color and graphic designer, Simona Merker, who unfortunately couldn't join us today, but she was very involved in the design and development of the color tuning and also the graphics. We had many ideas for graphics, but we felt the design of the car was so beautiful, we didn't want to muddy it up with too much graphics. So we wanted to keep it clean and sophisticated. And finally, our fabrication team led by Andy Withy. Him and his team were instrumental in getting this car built and making sure it looks as beautiful as it does here today. So I really want to call out their efforts for their part of this project, because it wouldn't be here today without all their efforts. So. Also, I don't want to forget the guys at Long Road. They were a big part of the process. We went back and forth at times on things. We had a little bit of this and that, but we ultimately all had the same goal. And I think at the end of the day, we met that goal with an absolutely beautiful race car that I imagine was going to be pretty fast on. So with that, I will hand it back over to John. I thank you again for your time.
We do have one other announcement to make tonight. While we're finalizing the exact details of our 2020 IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge entry, we can confirm one important detail. The first driver we can name is Brian Ortiz. Brian, would you please join me up here tonight? We're fortunate to have Brian and many of our Mazda colleagues from Mazda Puerto Rico, Bea Group, including Carlos Lopez-Ley, the owner and president of the Bea Group. But 2 weeks ago, Brian became the 2019 MX-5 Cup champion. As we said earlier, we're believers in the power of human potential. Mazda has historically helped young drivers develop their careers, and the Mazda Road to 24 driver development and scholarship program has created some of the greatest and some of those who are at the top of the timesheets in many championships here in North America as well as globally. As such, the MX-5 Cup champion receives $200,000 in career advancement scholarships, which Brian has now achieved. He'll use that scholarship to advance to the Mazda program here at TCR starting in Daytona Beach in January. Brian's a perfect example of what we mean by the power of human potential and our philosophy that Mazda never stops challenging. Brian was in his third year in MX-5 Cup, and the road to winning that championship was not easy, was it? You ended up on your head once or twice, didn't you? But when the time came, Brian stepped up with a championship-winning effort at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca just 2 weeks ago. We're really proud to have him and this new race car in the Mazda family. So congratulations, Brian. Speaking of the Mazda family, I'd like to introduce a couple more folks to have them join me here. First, Glenn Long, the owner and founder of Long Road Racing. Glenn? And his son, Tom. Tom is a veteran Mazda factory driver, and Tom will be the lead test driver on the Mazda3 TCR. Thanks, Tom. Speaking of TCR, all the way from Switzerland with several of his colleagues, none of this, the TCR program, would be possible without Marcello Latti. Marcello? Marcello is the president of World Sporting Consulting, the owners and global operators of TCR championships around the world. Now 36 championships and almost 900 race cars around the globe. We are very proud to become the 14th manufacturer to join your championship. We really appreciate you making the long trip. Thank you guys all for the investment you've made in this program. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here, and those watching on the live stream around the world. We're thrilled that you could take time out of your day or night to be with us. Thank you so much.
All right, we'd now like to welcome back to the stage our executive presenters for photos, Moro-san, John Doonan, and Ken Saylor.